What's up, YouTube? So I recently uploaded a video called The India Street View Game, or See the World for How It Is. And I got a couple comments on this video, and just for fun I thought I'd reply to them, because why not? I'm a pretty big YouTuber, as you can tell. Almost 1,000 subscribers and a couple hundred views in a couple days. So that's pretty much viral. So let's look at these comments, right? Most of the images in India are 11 to 6 years old. Things are getting better in North India, I heard. Still very dirty. We'll have to check that out. 158, where do you see shit on the road? Let's see what he's referring to. And just like, so many people, dude. There's so many people in India, it's crazy. This is not bad. I call it... Okay, so I didn't actually say shit on the road. He must not know how to do a timestamp, so that's strike one right there. Just come out and say, little bro, you say you were racist. Little bro. Okay, well, let's take a look at this guy's profile picture, right? So this is Che Guevara. And he was a revolutionary communist sort of dude. And something that a lot of people don't know is that he actually put racial minorities and homosexuals in labor camps. So if he's claiming I'm a racist, well, why do you have a racist as your profile picture? That's kind of weird. Trying to jump on the I Hate India train to get some views for your broke ass. Well, yeah, as you could tell, I definitely depend on this YouTube channel for a living. I don't have any employment outside of YouTube, so I definitely need these views. But let's just see. For my broke ass, all right, so... My most viewed video is a review of my Tesla, and it was the cheapest Tesla, but it was not cheap. It's, you know, it was pretty much $40,000. Oh yeah, $37,772 financed. So that's pretty much that. And I actually got 3 referrals from this video. I put my referral code, and 3 people bought Teslas and used my referral link. So I got a couple $100 worth of free services and gear from Tesla. So that was pretty sick. I also own a Tesla, so I don't know, broke ass? I don't know if that's fair to say, right? Me buying a brand new Tesla EV. So that one's taken care of. Xisheng Guangdong. Guangdong. That's like probably when I was pronouncing the Chinese names. All right, this guy had 3 comments, right? And he also edited 2 of them. He edited both of these comments, and he posted this one. Now do American cities like San Francisco, New York. We'll have to do that. There's a difference between crap, rubble, and mud, but given you probably missed geology along with geography, I don't blame you. I'm pretty good at geography, right? Geology, I would venture to guess I'm probably better at geology than him, because I actually have a college degree and I took a geology course. And I did multiple assignments and learned about different types of rocks and sediment and formations in the earth. So... I mean, I forgot a lot of it by now, but I still would venture to guess I'm better at geology than him. I don't see how that relates to differentiating between rubble and mud and feces, right? I do know the difference between crap, rubble, and mud, by the way. And now, one thing I thought was interesting is that he might not know in English, if I say there's crap everywhere, he might not know that I don't mean there's actual literal crap, although I'm sure there is probably somewhere around here. But he might not know that that's like a euphemism. If I say, oh, there's crap everywhere, I don't mean that there's actual poop everywhere. I mean that there's just a bunch of stuff, right? So I'm going to cut him some slack on that one. Maybe he took me literally there, so we're going to give him the benefit of a doubt. Here we go. At least I don't see any homeless or junkies high on fentanyl or anything that too in villages. Also, comparing tourist Iran with rural India, while completely skipping out Indian cities like Mumbai, New Delhi, Bangalore, and so many more, clearly shows how biased this video is. If you want to actually go on the India hate train, bro, there are other ways to do it. You can try Fresco, Texas, pretty close to home where you stay. Well, I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so I'm pretty far from Texas, right? So that's quite far. I mean, I think the distance between my home area and Texas is probably similar to like the very north to the very south of India. So I don't know if it is close to me, but you know, whatever. No, India never said I want to be a superpower. Also, I'd still prefer rural India over American cities like the Pooh one in San Francisco. By the way, I hear you guys have a Pooh app too. Must be fun claiming to be the world's superpower while living with such apps. Okay, so I notice a clear lack of grammar here. There's just some commas sprinkled in. There's a lot of things without spaces between them. Run-on sentences. My English teacher would not be very happy with this right here. But let's try to go with what he said, right? So he said, crap, rubble and mud, whatever. We're gonna ignore that one. Do American cities like San Francisco, New York, and he also mentioned Frisco, Texas. And he said I should go to Mumbai, New Delhi, and Bangalore. So let's do that, right? Let's go to India, and let's just see what we got, right? So let's start with New Delhi, right? This is the biggest city in India, I believe. So let's go with somewhere touristy, right? This is like the touristy area. So let's just see how it is. Maybe we're wrong, right? Okay, see, this is pretty nice. Okay, so far we're looking pretty good. This looks like a relatively modern place. Let's keep, let's not just take one thing for all of it, right? Let's look around. I mean, yeah, this is decent. This is not terrible. I'm still seeing this like weird haze in the air, but this is in a city. It's hard to really tell. If we go to this big circle thing here, yeah, I mean this is a lot better. Okay, so maybe he's onto something here with New Delhi being better. Let's look at not just the touristy area. Let's look at like some of the main city, right? Okay, well see, now we have a problem. See, this is what I'm talking about, right? We just have a bunch of crap, and when I say crap, I mean just stuff. There's a bunch of stuff everywhere. There's a bunch of trash everywhere, right? So that's not a great thing. Yeah, right here. This is, I mean, where is this? This is pretty close to the main city center. So this is maybe not a touristy area, but it's still pretty close. So let's get a little further out and see how things are, I don't know, over here. Okay, so yeah, this isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. So far, we're 1 for 4 on garbage. I would say that's a lot better than we were before. And then, once we get into, like, I don't know, the suburbs, essentially, I guess. I don't know what you'd call it, but let's look at, like, out here, maybe. Yeah, then you see, okay, so they have an urban city core that doesn't have a bunch of crap everywhere. Not crap, but, like, I have to be very specific for Indians that don't know English, right? That know a very little bit of English. There's a bunch of stuff, just trash. Just things everywhere, right? Now to compare, for contrast, right? What are some of the American cities that he mentioned? Oh wait, we forgot Mumbai. Let's check out Mumbai, right? So Mumbai, I don't know. I guess this is the main city center. Let's look right here, maybe. Yeah, this is. Do you see this here? There's a bunch of like garbage in the road, and just sprinkled throughout on the ground. And just kind of like lean-tos. The electrical wiring is god-awful. Wow, this is really bad. There's just wires everywhere. I went to a Disney theme park that had a little India section, and this is something they included, was like the power lines just being strewn everywhere. That is not good. Let's look at somewhere else. Let's look at over here, Mumbai Central. Let's see how this is. Okay, so we got a bunch of tents. Hey, this looks like Seattle sometimes. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, there's just stuff still. Like, there's just trash. It's kind of trashy. Oh, someone calls every time I record one of these videos, I swear. It's kind of trashy. But let's just keep looking here. Maybe we're wrong here. We'll look at, like, northern Mumbai. Yeah, so, see, this is what I'm talking about here. It just, like, what is this? What is this scaffolding? Are people climbing on these for, like, construction? Is it made out of sticks? I'll be honest, I didn't even know they did this. Can you have scaffolding made out of just sticks for, like, a modern building? I don't know. Oh, we forgot to mention, this one dude mentioned that, a lot of these are 11 to 6 years old. So this one is 5 years old. Right, so maybe let's find one that's more modern and see if we can compare. So we'll go over here. Yeah, so this isn't too bad. This is October 21. All of these I think are 2021. I don't know if there are any more recent Street View images of India. Yeah, this one's pretty bad. This one's bad, dude. Like, nothing's paved. Like, all these. What is this? See, this is what I'm talking about. You're not going to see this in any American city. I know that, dude. I've been all over America. Alright, so we checked out Mumbai, we checked out New Delhi. I don't know if there are any newer Street View images of India. If there aren't, I really can't say. We're going to leave that up in the air. Maybe it's better now. Maybe it magically got better than it last couple years. Let's look at Frisco, Texas, because that was mentioned specifically. So maybe there's something here that I'm not aware of. I mean, it looks pretty nice from the street or from the overview. I don't even know where to start. Let's just look at downtown Frisco, I guess. Okay, this is really nice, dude. This is actually spotless. Like, there's no... You see this? Like, everything's paved. Everything's been maintained and somewhat recently, like in modern years. Everything looks pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna back out here. We're going to look on the suburbs. Let's look in the suburbs of Frisco, the Preston Vineyards. Okay, so we got some ornamental stuff here. This is all... I mean, dude... Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's like in India, there'd just be like trash or just like rocks just everywhere. You know what I mean? Just stuff. Do you see the difference? I know for my Indian viewers watching that are like getting angry with me right now. Do you see the difference though? Right? I mean, let's do side by side here, right? If I were to take this window and go over here, let's do a side by side view. Let's get Mumbai. And let's get, like, a core city part that, like, a tourist might go to, right? I don't even know where that would be. Let's just assume, like, right here. Right? So if I pull this up, you know, there's just some bricks right here. You know, there's garbage over there. There's garbage over there. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but, like, do you see how everything's kind of run down? No one cleans the facades of these buildings, right? There's just... dirt on the outside. I don't know. I mean, it's not terrible. It's better than a lot of India that I've seen, but even right here, there's a little bit of garbage just on the ground, and I don't even know what these are. These oil stains, like pitted concrete. These guys are sleeping on like a wood cart. I don't even know. I've never even seen one of those. I don't even know what that is. Is it like just like a wood cart that you use to transport stuff? I guess. I don't know. So let's compare side by side. And let's look at, okay, Frisco is kind of a wash so far. Let's see San Francisco. I know that one's mentioned a lot, like for the poop app, because it's like, oh, San Francisco has homeless people crapping everywhere, just like pooping everywhere. So let's look at San Francisco. Let's look, you know, I'll Google this. Worst part of San Francisco for feces. Let's get apples for apples here. The Tenderloin. Okay, so I'm going to search up Tenderloin, San Francisco. Okay, we're already there. This is the area. We're gonna go smack dab in the middle of it. And we're gonna see what's up. Okay, so you see what I'm talking about here? Okay, so is San Francisco crappy, right? Right here, I don't know if this person's leaned over or looking at their phone. You have a homeless person here. I don't know what he's doing. He has a cart, maybe like a sleeping bag, right? He's not bothering anyone. There's some lines drawn on the road for future construction or maintenance or something. But look at the buildings, man. I mean, even this one's kind of old. Some of the windows are a little old, but like the building is clean. Right? All these buildings are relatively clean. Look at this one. This one looks pristine. It's white. I mean, look at that building over there. Look at this. Right? This looks like a decent city. And look at the curbs. Right? There's a little bit of trash here and there. Right? There's maybe like a cigarette carton there. I don't know. Maybe there's a paper cup there. But I mean, I'm picking out individual things, right? With India, I know it's not a ton, but look, there's just a little bit of garbage everywhere, right? It's just in the road. It's just strewn about. Nobody picks it up. Here, in the worst part of San Francisco, there's a couple things, right? We saw a homeless person. He wasn't bothering anyone. He was picking up after himself, presumably. Let's look over here. Okay, here we have a homeless person. Looks like he's having a bad day. He's probably strung out. And look, we have one piece of garbage right there. By U.S. standards, it's not the best, right? Not nearly the best. But look at this, dude. I mean, the streets are pretty clean. There's maybe one thing there. I don't know what that is. And if this is the worst of San Francisco, this is not nearly as bad. I mean, this is... Dude, do you see what I'm saying? Like, look at this building, right, versus this building. And tell me that India is not that bad, dude. This is 2026. This is January 2026, by the way. This is a brand new one right here. This is how it is pretty much right now. And this is the worst part of San Francisco, and this is like one of the best parts of India. So like this says it all right here. This is the comparison that I was trying to get at. You know what I mean? This is a building probably built by the British or something. I don't know. It looks that way. but it's just all run down and just dirty as heck. It's dirty as heck, dude. And in this part of India, it looks pretty nice by most standards, but it doesn't hold a candle, dude. It doesn't hold a candle. I mean, and this is the problem, that India's not maintained. There's no social structure. There's no expectation to maintain and clean things, right? It's kind of just like, oh, who cares? I'm assuming. I don't know why else it would be that way. Because like I said, Iran has the same amount of money. And, oh, that's one more thing. He said that we visited tourist Iran. So let's look at Iran again, right? Let's see if we can find one part of Iran that's anywhere close to just the average India sort of vibe, right? So, looks like Qum. I don't think this is a tourist town. I don't know what it is. I've never been there. I've never heard anything about it. This is a mosque, it looks like. We have people, this is 2021, so people are wearing masks, worshiping. It's extremely clean. Extremely clean, dude. This is not bad at all. And this is not a tourist area. That's an area where they go to. I mean, the people that live there, presumably. It's a mosque. Here's a public square. Again, it doesn't look like a very touristy area necessarily. I could be wrong. But there's a nice little fountain here. It's not the nicest thing in the world, but I mean, it's like the shrubs are maintained. I don't see any garbage. It looks cleaner than San Francisco, truth be told. So let's keep looking here. We really got to get every single little street view that we can. Okay, that's the mosque. Let's look over here. Okay, this is a public street. Oh man, this is extremely clean. Iran looks like it's really eating India's lunch here. I mean, the same amount of money, but like, okay, that's not so good. You see this here? This is what I was getting on India for. So maybe depending on the area in Iran, some of the buildings are, ooh, yeah, look at that. Right? I mean, I don't think you'll find a single building in downtown San Francisco in the Tenderloin here that looks like that. I mean, you know how much this real estate is? You know how expensive it is to live here? Even though it's, objectively pretty bad. It's like right here, this building isn't maintained so well. But like, look at that. I mean, it's not even close, dude. So I think we pretty much responded to everything. We looked at Frisco, Texas. We looked at San Francisco. I guess we can look at New York. I mean, I don't think it's going to tell us anything different, man. I really don't. New York City. I guess we look up the worst part of New York City for feces. Brooklyn and the Bronx. Well, I want to look at Brooklyn. Let's try that. So this is Brooklyn. Downtown Brooklyn. Let's check it out. Brooklyn. I'm walking here. I'm in Brooklyn. I'm walking here. Okay, so these roads could use some work. But really, I don't see anything jumping out at me. I mean, there's construction going on. Maybe that's just, what was happening at the moment. Yeah, these streets are kind of dirty. Someone's, like, kind of done graffiti on the road work there. Or the, I don't know what that is, mural or something. Street sign. I don't even know what it is. And there's some garbage. Maybe that's leaves. I can't even tell. But you can tell it's nowhere near the same level as India, dude. I have yet to see any actual feces on the ground, right? I mean, okay, there's a water bottle and a puddle here. There's some puddles because the roads aren't maintained. Really, I don't see anything too terrible here. I mean, there's kids playing basketball. The basketball court looks decent. Like, gabagool. You get some fresh gabagool. Yeah, this looks decent, man. I gotta say. Like, this building, not the best maintained, but, like, it's clean. I'm sure they hire someone to clean the windows, right? So, for all my Indian viewers that are in the comments here, like, just like, just like saying all this stuff, I hope you see what I'm trying to say, right? I'm not trying to say India sucks, and it will always suck. What I'm trying to say is India sucks because no one maintains it, right? And you guys can be the change you want to see in the world. Because guess what? This one guy says, I don't know, he said basically, oh yeah, they're 11 to 6 years old, things are getting better, right? Things are getting better in India. I asked the rate of open defecation in India, like people pooping in the streets. 7%. 7% of the population, they've cleaned it way up. just 26 years ago, it was 3 and 4 people were just dropping trow and just pooping on the street or wherever, right? Now it's 7%. So that literally, they went from 3 in every 4 people doing it to only 1 in 10. Is that good? Probably not. It's probably still not good. But they're getting better, right? So I'm going to give them the benefit of a doubt. They can maybe turn it around. Maybe they can get more, with sort of the modern world and more plumbing, more using the bathroom, more maintaining their buildings, right? More picking up trash on the street, right? I think the caste system has done a lot of damage for India, right? Because picking up trash is seen as like a lower caste job. So I think they really got to get over that. They got to divorce themselves from the caste system entirely if they're gonna make it, and they have to start having some civic sense, right? Take pride in your places that you want to live in, right? Because one of the nicest cities in the world, where some of my ancestors came from, they came from the eastern shores of Lake Zurich, somewhere over here. That's where my last name comes from, is somewhere over here. This is one of the nicest cities in the world, presumably. It's called Zurich, Switzerland. And if I plop one down anywhere here, I mean, that's not garbage. That's moss. That's mossy stone. This is absurdly clean. I mean, I've been in Street View in this city because I was curious, right? These winding, old city roads, these charming little shops. I mean, it's immaculate, dude. Like, this seems like the most paradise place to live, right? I mean, you hardly will see any garbage on the ground. And I think the reason for that, the reason India is not like this, is because they don't have civic sense. They don't. It's an attitude thing, right? I'm not trying to say, like, Indians are worse because their country's dirty. I'm not trying to say that, dude. What I'm trying to say is, like, give you the motivation, right? Stop denying that there's a problem, because there is a problem, dude. If I can take a Street View, and then here's a crucial thing that I want you guys to understand. If I can take a Street View guy and just plop it anywhere in your country, right? And just see garbage and rubble and just squalor, bad living conditions, right? I mean, let's go over here, North India, boom, right here. Yeah, look at this, dude. If I can just see this anywhere in the country at random, you got a problem, dude. So stop having your head in the sand about it. Like, be real about it. Be like, yeah, we really have to get better, and we're trying to get better, and just own up to it, dude. Because if America looked like this, and other people were dunking on us, I would agree with them. I'd be like, dude, yeah, we do have a problem. Like, this doesn't have to be the way we live, So do better in your country, and this is a positive message. I'm not trying to be, like, all doom and gloom. I mean, it's kind of funny. I'll joke around about it a little bit. But this isn't, like, forever, right? This isn't how things have to be. Because South Korea used to be really poor, right? It used to be, like, poor little rural fishing villages. But if I plop one down in Seoul here... Okay, it's a tunnel. If I plop one down in the capital of South Korea here, look at this. Those streets are clean, well-maintained, nary any trash to be seen. I mean, this could be India, dude. That's what I'm saying. So, like, make your country better. Don't get mad at foreigners for calling you out. Be like, dude, dang, the foreigners are right. Let's do better. And in 50 years, dude, who knows? Who knows what can happen? So I wish India the best of luck. I hope I did my best to respond to all these comments. And, yeah, take care, everyone. And I hope you had a fun time watching my video. And I plan to do a lot more videos because, I clearly get a lot of views and I have a lot of subscribers, and I know you guys like listening to me ramble on about bullshit. So take care, and please buy Google products. Use Google Maps, please. Have an Android phone. Buy a Google TV. Buy the new Google Nest thermostat. Please buy Google products. Thank you.